People starting to think that JayZ is going broke. And here's why. This is a video of the current CEO of Roc Nation talking about how they might be having to file for bankruptcy.
It's like she mixes things, she figures things out. So we have our own little products that she's been doing for years. We all know she has all this colored hair that she wears wigs a lot to protect her hair. But, she wanted to keep our hair healthy.
I grew up in a hair salon. My mom owned a hair salon. I grew up with every type of Black woman, from lawyers to doctors to teachers to the everyday Black woman to the side chick.
Solange is furious right now, and this ain't some little shade war or harmless family drama. It's personal and it's getting messy fast. Word on the street is that JayZ's allegedly trying to force his way into Beyonce's new company, Sacred, and Solange is not having it. Sources say she's absolutely livid, while Tina Knowles has been tossing subtle shots online that fans swear are aimed straight at Jay. People are already whispering this could blow up into a full-blown Carter-Knowles showdown, but believe it or not, that's not even the craziest part. Fans online are digging deeper, and what they're finding is wild. They're saying Jay's sudden interest in Sacred might be because his own empire is starting to crack. Think about it. This man just took out a massive $58 million second mortgage on his Bel Air mansion. Everybody's like, wait, why would a billionaire even need that kind of loan? The math just isn't adding up, and people are starting to question whether Jay's financial power might not be as untouchable as it looks. And now, with Diddy's empire burning down in real time, Jay's silence is getting suspicious. These two weren't just friends, they were business twins. Liquor brands, exclusive parties, flashy circles, they built an image together. Jay had Doucet and Ace of Spades, while Diddy had Ciroc and DeLeon, and together they ran the luxury lane like it was their personal playground. Just check those old billionaire brunch photos. Jay and Diddy side by side, dripping in powers.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black billionaires lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together, and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Black excellence.
But fast forward to now, everything's flipped upside down. Diddy's drowning in lawsuits, feds raiding his homes, accusations coming from every direction. It's chaos out here. And what's Jay doing? Not a peep. No statement, no denial, no subtle post, not even a quiet PR move. Even 50 Cent jumped online to clown the madness, but Jay, silent as a shadow, and that's what's making fans go crazy.
Surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you represent the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah.
Because that silence, it's louder than any response he could ever give. When you've been tied up in money, power, and business deals with someone like Diddy, the last thing you want is that spotlight swinging your way. So while Jay's out here staying low-key and Beyonce's empire keeps rising, people can't help but wonder, is he trying to slide into Sacred just to keep that billionaire image alive? One thing's for sure, Solange and Miss Tina aren't about to let that happen quietly. Fans online are connecting the dots, and they're saying JayZ's silence isn't strategy, it's survival. He's keeping quiet to protect his name, his brand, and that billionaire image he guards like gold. But the timing? Awful. Just as people started wondering why Jay's been moving like a ghost, boom, news drops about that massive $58 million second mortgage on his Bel Air mansion.
So, JayZ and Beyonce took out a $57 million loan on their Bel Air mansion. And people are curious as to why they would make that move and saying that, oh, I knew they were broke and stuff like that.
Once that story hit, the internet went wild. People were like, if JayZ's sitting on billions, why is he borrowing money just to keep his house? Something's off. Reports confirmed the Carters now owe over $110 million on that property, and fans were side-eyeing hard. Jay's team rushed out a statement calling it a strategic move to free up cash for new investments. But no one's buying that. The streets are saying the math doesn't add up, and whispers of JayZ secretly broke started catching fire. And honestly, it's not the first time people question JayZ money moves. From Rocawear to Tidal, not every business he's touched turned to gold.
We were forced in the beginning. I wish I could say we were geniuses and said we're going to start our own company. You know, in the beginning, we went to every single label and every single label shut their door on us. The genius thing that we did was we didn't give up. We didn't say, because these guys, you know, we use that what do they know approach. You know, we didn't give up at that point. I think that would, you know, that was the genius thing we did. We started selling our own CDs and we built our own buzz, and then the record company came back to us. So now we had a different negotiation.
When you start peeling back the layers of his so-called billion-dollar empire, you start spotting cracks fast. No one's denying Jay's grind. He came up from hustling CDs out his car to building one of the flashiest empires in hip-hop history, but even legends take hits. Remember Rocawear? That was Jay's fashion reign in the early 2000s. It was hot everywhere, from the block to the charts. But by 2007, he sold it for around $204 million, and the brand's hype died off overnight. Then came Roc Nation, his biggest power move yet. Artist management, publishing, even Roc Nation Sports, signing stars like Kevin Durant. It was peak mogul energy. Then in 2015, Jay made another bold flex with Tidal, his artist-owned answer to Spotify. It sounded genius at first, but behind the scenes, it struggled to keep up with the streaming giants. And don't forget his luxury line, Ace of Spades Champagne and Douce Cognac, which kept him shining until legal drama reportedly popped off with Bacardi over ownership and control. Still, Jay stayed posing like everything's perfect, the ultimate mogul. But with all this heat circling him, fans can't help but wonder if the cracks in that billion-dollar armor are finally showing. JayZ's been flexing his venture capital game heavy lately, with Marcy Venture Partners throwing big money into everything from Uber to luxury cannabis brands like Monogram, real boss-level moves. But here's the problem. Those investments aren't hitting like they used to. The numbers look shaky, and folks online are saying the glow on Jay's portfolio is starting to fade. Yeah, Jay's got a legendary resume, no denying that. But when you zoom in close, the shine's not as bright as it seems. A bunch of his ventures have either been sold off, slowed down, or got tangled in legal mess. And that's exactly why some believe Jay's trying to slide into Beyonce's new company, Sacred. Not to help, but to save himself. Meanwhile, Beyonce's out here building something brand new all her own. She's in full control, no middlemen, no cosigns, just pure boss energy. She even showed off Sacred herself during a casual wash day clip, giving fans a real look at the movement she's creating. And right by her side, Tina Knowles, the vice chairwoman, keeping everything rooted in the family's rich Solange legacy. This one runs deep. It's personal. Tina explained that Sacred isn't just a business, it's a tribute to their Houston roots, that salon culture that shaped everything about who Beyonce and Solange became. They literally grew up in that space, watching their mom hustle, create, and inspire. So when people hear JayZ's allegedly trying to muscle in, it hits a nerve. Because this isn't Roc Nation, and it's definitely not Tidal. This is different. It's family, it's legacy, it's sacred. To Solange, this isn't about money or control. It's about protecting what's theirs. And let's be real, this tension between Solange and Jay didn't start yesterday. Everyone remembers that infamous 2014 Met Gala elevator moment. The footage showed Solange going off while Beyonce stood silent, calm, like she'd seen it all before. That clip became one of the most iconic celebrity moments of the decade, and now fans are wondering if that elevator fight was just the beginning of something much deeper. They might have all tried to play it cool after that elevator fiasco, but come on, that moment told the world everything. There's been tension bubbling for years. Solange checked JayZ back then, and if these rumors are true, she's checking him again hard.
Why Moet?
They just was aligned in our thinking and thoughts, and the way they care about products and creating products. When we built Armand from the ground up, we wanted to do things right. Integrity of it had to be right. The soil, of course, it had to be in Champagne, because it can't be called Champagne unless it's from the region.
So when whispers started flying that Jay might be trying to slide into Sacred, fans didn't hesitate to connect the dots. Of course Solange would snap. It's deja vu all over again, only this time the fight's not in an elevator, it's in the boardroom. Word is she's standing her ground, furious, making it crystal clear that Sacred is off limits.
So we had our own little products that she's been doing for years. We all know she has all this colored hair that she wears wigs a lot to protect her hair. but she wanted to keep her hair healthy. And this girl will put some salon in her head. I'm like, how are you doing that? You just gonna wear it for 2 days. But she will do it, and she'll cut her hair. She'll do all this crazy stuff to it, but she keeps her hair healthy. Yeah.
This is family business, and she's not letting anyone cross that line. And honestly, nobody's surprised. Tina Knowles throwing shade at JayZ isn't exactly new either. Fans have spotted her subtle digs for years. Remember late 2024, out of nowhere, Tina's Instagram account liked a post referencing the serious allegations surrounding Jay. The internet went wild, calling it straight up shade. Tina quickly claimed she got hacked, saying she'd never do that, but fans weren't buying it. They swear that like was a quiet message before she cleaned it up. Then came her Vogue podcast moment where she joked about always messing up on social media and even admitted Jay tries to correct her. She said, "He'll tell me, if you're gonna read somebody, at least spell your words right." It sounded playful. But fans caught the tone. To them, that was Tina clapping back in code, showing she's not letting Jay control her narrative. And in her memoir, Matriarch, she didn't hold back either. Tina opened up about Beyonce and Jay's early dating days and made it clear it wasn't some perfect love story. She even hinted another man was in the picture back then. Fans took that as a subtle reminder that Jay wasn't always the chosen one. So now, when people say Tina's shading Jay over Sacred, it totally makes sense. For the Knowles women, this isn't just business, it's bloodline territory. Tina's never gone full scorched earth on JayZ, but let's be honest, the hints, the shady likes, and those little oops, did I say too much? Moments all add up to one thing. She's clearly not his biggest fan. And if both Solange and Tina are side-eyeing him like this, the real question is, where does that leave Beyonce? While Solange is allegedly fuming and Tina's serving her signature shade, Beyonce's doing what she does best, staying silent and smiling for the cameras. But that silence, it speaks volumes. On one side, she's got her husband, a man known for turning every connection into part of his empire. On the other side, her sister and her mother are standing firm, basically saying, not this time.
My mom owned a hair salon. I grew up with every type of Black woman, from lawyers to doctors to teachers to the everyday Black woman to the side chick to, you name it. And
Right.
These women were my aunties, they were my teachers, they were the reflections of everything that I wanted to be as a woman.
It's starting to look like a full-on family standoff behind all that Hollywood polish. And honestly, if Tina and Solange are already this fired up, it feels like it's only a matter of time before things get way messier. Because this fight isn't just about business, it's about legacy, about keeping the Knowles name independent and proving Beyonce doesn't need Jay's hand on every single thing she builds. To them, Sacred isn't just a brand, it's a symbol, a reminder of the women who came before, the salons, the sweat, the grind, the vision. So if JayZ really is trying to slide his way into Beyonce's new empire, that's not just crossing a business line, it's crossing a family one, and those kinds of moves, they don't get forgiven easily. So what do you think? Is JayZ really trying to take over Beyonce's new legacy project, or is the internet just reaching? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, share this video, and make sure you're subscribed, because this story is far from over. See you in the next one.